Your confidence has a balance. And the tough truth is, most people are bankrupt. See, every time you doubt yourself, that's a withdrawal. And every promise you keep to yourself, that's a deposit.
So the real question isn't, are you confident? The question is, what's in your account?
Today, we're going to break down exactly how you can build that unshakable confidence. And look, this isn't about some kind of magic trick or being born with charisma. No, this is a battle-tested framework that puts you in control. We call it the mental bank account.
All right, we're going to walk through 6 key areas. We'll start with the core framework itself, then build on it with some foundational truths, tactical tools, and even some mental safeguards. The whole point here is to help you win the most important battle there is, the one that happens in your own mind. All right, let's dive right in. First up, the mental bank account principle. The core idea here is really powerful. It's that confidence isn't some fleeting emotion that just comes and goes. No, it's a system you can manage, you can grow, and you can control with discipline.
So, how does this whole thing actually work? Well, I want you to literally think of your confidence as a bank account. Every single action you take, every thought that crosses your mind, it's a transaction. The goal? It's really simple. Make sure your deposits are consistently bigger than your withdrawals. Let's break that down even further, right? Think of your thoughts as the actual transactions, the deposits and withdrawals. Now, your self-talk, that's the interest rate. It can either compound your balance and make it grow, or it can eat away at it with fees. Your bad habits? Well, those are like automatic withdrawals, just draining the account without you even thinking about it. But discipline? That's where you take control. That's how you make consistent, high-value deposits. And this really gets to the heart of it. Confidence isn't just an emotion. It's not something you feel on a whim. It is the accumulated proof of the promises you've kept to yourself. Okay, so now that we have the framework, we need to build it on solid ground. That brings us to our second point, the mind-body foundation. You see, a fortress of confidence has to be built on the unchangeable realities of how we as humans actually operate. And there are really 4 foundational pillars we have to accept. First, that mind-body connection, it's real and it is always running. Second, demanding perfection from yourself is a recipe for disaster. It just creates anxiety. Striving for it, that's healthy. Big difference. Third, you know those butterflies you get before a big performance? That's not fear. That's your body getting ready for action. It's a readiness signal. And finally, you gotta remember that progress is never a straight line. It comes in bursts and plateaus. You have to be patient. And this right here is the absolute key takeaway for this section. Your thoughts trigger real physical responses. And your physical state, your posture, your breathing, it directly influences your thoughts. It's a constant loop. You can either use that loop to your advantage, or, believe me, it will use you. So that loop leads us to a really critical choice point, right? We can either let that mind-body connection drag us down into a negative spiral, or we can use it to build ourselves up. This next section is all about how you can deliberately break that negative cycle. So on one hand, you've got what's called the sewer cycle. And yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like. It acts like an automatic withdrawal system, constantly draining your account with negative self-talk and catastrophic thinking. But, and this is the important part, you can choose the other path. You can choose the success cycle. This is a system of controlled deposits, and it's fueled by constructive interpretation and focusing on solutions, not problems. Because at the end of the day, whatever you rehearse in your mind, that's what your brain gets better at. The downward spiral or the upward climb, you are actively choosing which neural pathways to strengthen every single day. Okay, so we've talked about the theory. We know we need to make more deposits. But how do we actually do it? Let's get into the practical, actionable strategies you can use to build up that account balance, starting right now. We're going to focus on 3 core tactics here. First up, affirmations. And I don't mean just empty words. These are present tense statements like, I handle pressure calmly, that actually help program your mind for success. Second, future envisioning. This is where you mentally live through a successful outcome in vivid detail. And third, and this is a big one, the powerful shooter's mentality. So let's really dig into that shooter's mentality. It's incredibly simple but so powerful. You miss. And then what? You shoot again. That's it. The miss isn't a reflection of your identity, it's just a data point. The truly great performers, they believe that every miss just makes the next success that much more likely.
And this is really the essence of that entire mindset. Those failures, those setbacks, they are not the main story. They are just statistical noise on the long, winding road to becoming a master of your craft.
All right, so once you start making all these deposits, you've got to protect your assets, right? This section is all about the mental safeguards that prevent setbacks and negativity from just draining your account dry. So, when a mistake happens, and it will, you need to immediately deploy this three-part failure reframe. First, you see it as temporary. This was a single past event, not a crystal ball for your future. Second, you make it specific. It was one bad shot, not your entire game falling apart. And finally, you keep it external by telling yourself, you know what, that's not like me. You separate the error from your core identity. And this is why that reframe is so critical. Your mind is valuable territory. It's a prime asset. You have to be the gatekeeper, consciously deciding which thoughts and which opinions, both from others and especially from your own inner critic, are even allowed inside. Okay, this brings us to our final and maybe the most important concept of them all. The real battle, the one that truly determines the outcome of everything you do, is won long before you ever step foot into the arena. Think about this. If you lose in your mind, the world simply confirms it. Your internal state, the beliefs and the expectations you carry into any performance, that state sets the entire trajectory for the external result. So here it is, the ultimate takeaway. You have to win internally first. Secure that first victory in your thoughts. Believe in your preparation, see the success in your mind's eye, and feel that certainty before the event even begins. It's amazing how the external world has a way of aligning with a mind that has already decided to win. So as we wrap this up, remember this: confidence is not inherited. It is engineered. And the architect is you.